Live across campus and from Shock headquarters at University House, this is Varsity.
Good to see so many Salford debutants for their Varsity debuts. You know, Dan McFerrin in the squad, Will Vant in the squad, Zach Novak obviously starting in that 13 role next to Henry Burrows, who will start at 12, amongst many more. Thomas Dunn-Birch, the Rookie of the Year for Salford. You know, I mean, it's so good to see these boys so together, and, you know, we've got those experienced faces, Christian Golding, Henry Booth, Matt Graham, all these boys that can lead them on the pitch, and you've got to say this is going to be an absolute barn burner.
I am so proud of these boys, honestly. I am so proud of them. They've come so far, and now they're here for the biggest game of their year. It's Varsity against Chester, and they're up for it.
Exactly. I mean, we'll just touch on the lineup here. Obviously, that front pack is going to be built up of Christian Golding will start as the hooker, but obviously either side with those props, it will be Josh Flatt and Felix Hoxley.
That's a big front three.
Exactly. Obviously, Matt Bowen and Matt Graham will link up in that second row, and they'll be compounded by the flankers of Rookie of the Year, Thomas Dunn-Birch and Thomas Cresswell. Henry Booth will start at the 8, and then to make up the backs, obviously the veteran himself, Dan Feast, will start at 9. He'll be supported by the number 10, Finn Sperring. The two wingers will be Kieran Thornhill and Timothy Shogbean. The two centres will be Henry Burrows, joined by Zach Novak, and Ben Perry will look to continue his fabulous vein of form at full-back. Obviously, the bench is shown by faces with Louis McCarthy, Will Vant, Will Trumper, Dan McFerrin, Zach Pounder, Adam Bellard, and Finley Pat Moore. And we are just about ready, I think, to get kicked off here at the Salford 3G. And Dylan, you've got to say the atmosphere here is absolutely electrifying.
It's been electrifying since the women's, and they're up for the men's as well. Let's see what they've got to show as the men kick off here against Chester.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, here we go. Salford ready to go to war. We've waited 366 days since we lost on enemy turf to get our revenge. It will not be repeat. It will be Salford's day.
These lads are up for it. 366 days to the day, you said. They've been waiting for this, and this is their moment to shine.
Here we go. Henry Burrows just about ready to get us kicked off. And it is live. We are underway for Varsity.
Let's go!
Here at the Salford 3G. Now Salford will look to chase. Stay compact in their defensive line. It's a good high press. I mean, you've got to say the key for Salford today is making sure that defensive solidity sticks. It's a great shot.
It needs to. They've got the strong front line, but they need that strong defence at the back. Keep Chester pinned back in their own half, and they've got that defence to do so. They've proved it well. Let's see if they can perform today against Chester.
Obviously, an early penalty conceded. Not ideal, but obviously Salford, you know, you can see the intensity from just those first 20 seconds alone, the intensity that was put into those early challenges there. I believe it was Tom Cresswell, Matt Graham getting involved quickly. Obviously, that's ideal for Salford.
It is ideal. It's a good start. Let's keep him pinned back there. That's all we need.
We're going to see an early line-out. It was a less than ideal kick for Chester. But obviously, we've seen the strength of the line-outs. Matt Graham, Tom Cresswell, Thomas Dunn-Birch, all these players that can rise. So obviously we will see if they can put that effectiveness to good use. It will be a Chester line-out. Here we go.
Well, let's hope for a banana ball from Chester. We'll see.
Here we go, Chester rise. Now Salford will look to initiate that high press. They're going to go quickly. It's a good shot, compounded by Burrows.
Good challenge.
Salford getting over the ball. Chester looking to break out quickly.
Salford not letting it happen, though.
It's brilliant. The width management so far from Salford has been great.
It's a good start, you have to say. It's a good start.
It's unlucky to concede another penalty. I think the ref adjusts to Salford to have come in from the side. But obviously, I mean, the intensity is what we want to be seeing. Obviously, we need to probably crisp it up a tiny bit, but obviously, it's only been 2 minutes.
It's a warm day as well. The sun's come out. The sun wasn't always out for the women's game, but it is out now. And trust me, they'll get hot quick. They will get hot quick, so let's hope they can cope with the sun. Obviously, we've not been blessed with that in training most of the time.
I mean, Dylan, just to touch on, how good is it to see Timothy Shogbean and Kieran Thornhill playing in the same lineup again? Obviously, we haven't seen it for around about a year and a half.
I know.
And I mean, they played separate games, but how tremendous was their link-up last season? And, you know, the ability to have such great pace and power on those wings, I think is really going to be pivotal for Salford today.
Mate, I can't wait to see it. Let's see what they can do. Let's hope they shine. Line out here from Chester. They play it back.
It's a good drive by the Chester hooker.
It is. But it's tackled well by the Salford men.
Now Salford just got to make sure that they don't make up too much ground here.
Collected well, driving forward there.
And another penalty. Another penalty. It was, I think, just to be a high tackle from Felix Hoxley. I mean, how impressive has Felix Hoxley been, though, throughout this season? Obviously, he had that great performance, man of the match performance against Liverpool Hope University. Yeah. I mean, he's been absolutely tremendous to see, you know, a prop with such great technical ability. I mean, what do you think he can bring to this game here today, Dilan?
First try. That's what I'm saying. 6-1 first try. That's my odds.
6-1.
First try, not any time try. First try, Felix Hoxley. That's what I'm saying. I called it in the women's game. Yeah, Holly Walker to get the first try. I'm calling Felix Hoxley to get this first try today.
Now, we are seeing, though, however, Chester do have a line out in quite a prominent position in the Salford half where probably a maul is possible to break out quickly from.
Yeah, it is. They're getting quite a good ground, Chester have. Getting quite good ground here. About halfway into Salford's half. But let's hope this back line can cause some problems.
Well, we saw in the Lancaster game earlier this season, you know, this Salford side, if, you know, worst case was to come that they do go behind, they can definitely come from behind and show that grit.
100%.
Now, they're going the maul. Salford have really held that maul up well. They're looking to break out quickly here. Great defence from Salford, but that 30 is gaining yards.
Not too many, though. He's all right. He's all right. He's kept it there. 4 tries to drive. Immediate tackle there.
That's going to go quickly.
No.
Here we go. The number 10 for Chester. Evan Bollen looking to progress. They look to play out.
That's that 4 again, trying to drive forward. Beautiful tackle there by Josh Flatt.
And a strong play here from Chester.
They're passing quick, aren't they? They're passing quick. But Salford dealing with it well. Another challenge there. Has to release to the 30. And
it is a Chester, I believe it was offside again from Salford. It's unlucky.
That's unlucky.
But I do believe we are going to see, it seems to be a tap and go here.
That's what they'll look to go for.
I mean, you've got to say, defensively, there was a lot of positives you definitely could see there from Salford. Like, obviously, they did not allow Chester to be able to penetrate the defensive line. It was just a bit of a misjudgment of timing that's let them down there. But I do think we are going to see our first attempt for a kick at posts here for Chester University.
They're going for a kick. They are going for a kick.
I believe it will be their number 3, Owen Morby, that will step up to the plate and look to put Chester up by 3.
Let's see what he can do. Interesting way, but let's see what they go for. Let's go for it. May as well. Try and get something on the board here. Salford are maintaining a great line, aren't they?
Morby to step up.
Just missed.
And it has not been made, I believe.
It went wide. It went wide. It went wide.
It has not been. It has not. I mean, what a success for Salford there. Obviously, that is probably a let-off.
It was a good position, wasn't it? It was a good position.
It was a good position, but that probably will, you know, provide a bit of, you know, hope for Salford. Obviously, if they aren't, you know, the most confident from kicking from posts. I mean, that is a bit of a let-off. Obviously, we were probably giving away a few too many penalties, and that is a great challenge in there from Kieran Thornhill. And Salford just got to keep continuing this. Matt Bowen, brilliant.
You got to go in for it there. Beautiful challenge from Zach Novak. Chester
looking to move it quickly.
Oh, they moved it brilliantly there. Sperring in there, though. Pins them back. And again, is that Hoxley?
And it is another Chester penalty.
Interesting. Ref's on it, isn't he? Ref's on it.
I mean, yeah, the ref we can see is not afraid to blow for any minor infraction. No. Obviously, Salford just got to be aware of that. You know.
Yeah, of course, they've got to keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. But nothing too outrageous, I'd say, at the moment.
There's the kick.
Oh, that's gone over our heads. Oh, this will be a nice position to get a line out from, won't it? Get a cameraman on this. Beautiful position, this.
I mean, Dilan, just from these opening 6 minutes or so, I mean, what would you say, you know, the positives and potentially, you know, the things to work on are for Salford here?
I think positives-wise, we're maintaining the line well. We're going in for challenges, not one-on-one. We're sending men in as a unit, which is good to see, riding them challenges in. I'd say improving. Obviously, we haven't had as much possession on the ball as I would have liked, but I think we'll get to that point.
I mean, Salford will have their first penalty of the day.
We'll take that.
And maybe this is just, you know, the vein of luck that we want to be seeing. You know, I think I'd predict that we are probably going to see a scrum here, our first scrum of the day.
Are we going uncontested? Or are we going contested? Let's see.
Of course, we'll go contested. This is the very best of the very best.
We have to, surely.
I'll actually check the
Let's see how they go here in the first contest.
I mean, you got to say that 8 that will be in the scrum. That pack, that is a strong pack. You know, obviously we're going to have that strength of Flat and Felix supporting KJ. You know, who I mean, you might think is a bit small for a hooker, but he can 100% do that job.
Do not underestimate our captain. Do not underestimate our captain.
Exactly. He is club captain for a reason. He leads by example, you know, even in the position that he's grown up in, he can absolutely thrive in that role. Obviously, we've got great replacements in that role as well. Louis McCarthy, Zach Pounder. You know, so many people that can come into these roles.
What a lovely day for these men to have their final game as well.
Exactly. The conditions are more than ideal for a great game of rugby.
There we go for the first scrum.
Dan Feast will feed.
Feeds the scrum well.
It's behind Sperring. Perry has to get there, and he does.
Skips the challenge.
Ben Perry drives well. Must present. Feast. To Booth. The chairman looks to drive in his last very game. Feast. The veteran, great passing. Burrows, unlucky from Bowen. The Salford boys getting over well. However, I do think the ref has adjudged there to be a knock-on against Salford University. And, you know, Chester will be over the moon about that.
Sure they will be, but...
I mean, I think that shows the warning signs that Chester can bring, and what I mean by that is obviously they are looking to execute a very high press. They're not looking to be laboured at all in terms of their work rate. They're looking to go quickly, especially from breaking out that scrum. You know, Sperring and Feast were immediately put under pressure. And I think that is, you know, going to be a bit of a wake-up call for Salford, that they need to come back quickly and, you know, with equal force. Salford strong in the scrum.
Scrum breaks apart there.
I do believe we are going to see a redo of that scrum. I think it did turn just a tad too much for the referee's liking today. Now, obviously, I mean, it's going to be a war today, but I mean, within these, you know, forward-based games, you know, because this will be a forwards game. It will be a very crash-heavy, contact-heavy style of game. I think I've got the faith in these boys today. You know, I mean, obviously we got Josh Flatt, who's such, you know, an enforcer within that forward pack, such a leader, and they're looking to break out quickly here. Chester, it's a great challenge in there by the chairman, Henry Booth.
Their quick passing is causing us a bit of problem in it, but we're riding it out so far. But it could, as the boys wear on, it could prove a challenge if Chester can keep up that quick passing.
I mean, you just got to say the only thing that Salford needs to cut out is just making sure that they don't get too overeager and give away a penalty.
That's the thing, yeah. We have given away a few penalties early on. Let's hope that doesn't continue. We hope.
I believe we are probably going to see a tap and go here.
Trying a bit of tactics here.
And now Chester looking to be intricate. Here's their number 8.
Oh, it's very intricate.
They're looking to go wide. They go back inside. It's a good challenge from Ben Perry. Chester looking to push on here. It's a good challenge from Hoxley. Salford just looking to stunt the progression.
Oh, big lad, but takes him down well.
And now here is the prop. Oh, it's a brilliant challenge from the man we call the enforcer, Thomas Cresswell, with an absolutely brilliant challenge. And Christian Golding showing that leadership.
That's awesome. That's what you want to see. That commitment in the sun, that's what you want.
Chester looking to get back on the front foot. Matt Bowen with a great challenge. Takes him down.
Chester implementing a very clear tactic system here. That quick passing, twist the step. Felix Hoxley though in with the challenge. It's beautiful.
They're looking to press on. Brilliant there. Matt Bowen. And Ben Perry picks up the scraps.
Must present.
Now Shogbeen covers at 9. Here's Golding.
In a very awkward position here, innit? It's very awkward.
And it's up there. It's a high tackle, and that will go Salford's way. And you've got to say, I think the way they dealt with that pressure, that was a very heavy onslaught from Chester. The way they dealt with that pressure, and were able to adapt. And Ben Perry, brilliant to pick up the scraps. I think that was absolutely brilliant.
Let's hope we can get some possession on this ball here. I know we're going to go for a kick, but let's hope we can get some possession, because that's what we're lacking early on in this game, I think.
Finn Sperry looking to kick to touch.
Goes out here for a line out. Again, right in front of us. Come on, get on this.
And this is where you want to see Salford breaking out quickly. Really show their, you know, attacking phases. Obviously, we know Dilan from our own experience, from being with the team, training with the team.
Playing with the team, if
exactly,
you like.
exactly, undefeated.
Undefeated cap.
But we know from our experience that these boys know exactly what they're doing when we get into an attacking phase. The intricacy that Byron has implemented into them, obviously, he's brought in so many players, ex-pros, Sale Sharks players, everyone. These boys know exactly what they're doing when it comes to the attacking phases.
They've got the experience, haven't they?
Exactly, and let's just hope that they can really employ that today. Here we go, Cresswell goes up.
Collected well.
Feast, great pass. Here's Sperring to Booth. Booth looks for the contact. Can he present?
Strong into that challenge, wasn't it?
Chester looking to ruck over. Here's Burrows to Perry. He must present. And it has come out, but it's picked up here by Cresswell. Someone needs to get over him here.
It's a good drive, but yeah. They need the players. They didn't have it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Possession
Slippery ball there. But it is a Salford penalty. No release by the number 1 of Chester University.
I'll say that.
Yeah, we've got it's also a time until now. Okay. It's just if they score, I need to put it on here.
Matt Bowen looks to kick to touch. And they look to keep it on, and they have here Chester. And they're going to look to drive their 15.
It's a good area though, right in the halfway line.
Exactly. He's got it away from the Salford 22, which is what we wanted to see. They're going to look to progress here. Oh, it's a good take there from Dan Feast, I believe. 1 interception by the veteran. Flat will cover at 9. Here we go. Picks it up. Golding.
Rides the challenge well. It's taken down.
They're looking to challenge. Feast.
Is he presenting?
To Hoxley. Hoxley will crash. Brilliant from Felix Hoxley there.
Oh, that's what you want.
Supported by Shogbin. Salford again getting the penalty. They've ridden that early 10-minute storm here. That early 15-minute storm from Chester seems to have dissipated.
But Salford have got another penalty, so it's great.
So if you could just tell me when they score, what it is, and I can put it in here.
Obviously, we saw Chester being so effective in that opening 15 minutes. Realistically, Salford were, they were being pushed back, but they stayed defensively strong. And now, let's see if we can exploit, the weaknesses within that Chester line.
It's a good position, isn't it? About a quarter way into their half. Just under halfway, I'd say. So it's a good position. Like I said, Salford need a bit of possession here. We've lacked that early on in this game. It's been pretty much Chester's ball all the time. So let's hope they can get a good spell here with this line out.
Obviously, Christian Golding, one of the most effective line-out throwers in the entirety of the northwest of England. And he's done well there. Matt Graham, and they look to go to the maul. Our vision is slightly impaired here.
I think it's gone out again for another line out, hasn't it?
I do believe so.
Not sure whose.
I believe it will be a Chester line out now. Then number 2, Finn Howells will look to throw at him.
Vision impaired by the amazing turnout, I must say.
The turnout here is incredible. The atmosphere is absolutely blistering. There's the long throw, but it's brilliantly claimed by Golding. And now here's Bowen, Matt Bowen, in his last game for the University.
Challenged.
It is a penalty. It is a penalty. I believe the referee did call crossing. Unfortunately, against Salford University. It's unlucky. I mean, you've got to say, the ability to counter there, shown by KJ Christian Golding, was absolutely brilliant.
It was beautiful. It was quick, weren't it? It was similar to what Chester have been doing. That quick passing, trying to get it out. Oh.
I mean, we knew that this would happen. This is very much what we call a forwards game. It's going to be very line-out heavy. It's going to be very contact heavy, and it's going to be a game that, really is physical. I mean, we've seen this is probably about the 8th or 9th line-out we've seen, and we've only played 16 minutes here at the Salford 3G. I mean, we're going to see Finn Howells have another go and look to distribute into the line-out. They've gone for an O-ball. It's again gone over. Chester looking to recover. It's unlucky for Golding. Bowen and Dunbirch into a great challenge there. Salford under the cosh here a bit. They're looking to break.
Goes out.
He's gone away from Thornhill. It's brilliant from Henry Burris to stick with the man there.
Beautiful last man riding there. He were through if he weren't there.
But it was good ground game by Chester. Dunbirch, brilliant. Lewis Webb said himself he never misses a tackle. It's a good drive, and Chester looking to come with pace. Can Salford rip the ball? Can Salford rip the ball? They are over.
It's a good position for Chester, isn't it? But
it's unlucky. No. Now, tap and go. Chester looking to go quickly. Distribute it to the 13. It's a good challenge in there from Sperring. I mean, just a word on Finn Sperring. He's been absolutely brilliant this season. You know, someone who was born, he's a natural flanker. He's come in and played number 10. You know, obviously, with the absence of Aaron Mason, he's been absolutely spectacular when he has.
He really has. He's got the pace.
And now Chester really going to look to apply a crash-heavy game plan here. Their 15 will drive, and we will see the opening try of Varsity here. It will be number 15, Adam Coote, who opens the scoring for Chester. I mean, you got to say it was great play. I mean, you got to give absolute credit to Salford. They were so defensively resolute. However, you know, the floodgates did just slightly open.
That was impressive, that implemented quick passing. They've shown from the get-go, just able to break through Salford there. Salford just unable to keep up with them, and unfortunately scored the first try of the game. It's a good position to convert as well.
It was right under the post, wasn't it? I mean, Coote did do well to break, you know, through the line. It was a great line. But obviously, we've seen Salford can 100% compete at this level. You got to bear in mind, this Chester team's had a whole year of bucks.
There you go.
You know, they've had the sharpness. But, I mean, 100% these boys have shown that they are going to compete here today. We are going to see
number 15.
Adam Coote, the man who did score the try, attempt to convert from right under the post. The central reservation of the field. Here we go. He will step up. And he does convert. It will be 7-0 to Chester here.
It's unlucky, though. Salford can keep their heads up here because they haven't had the worst start. They really haven't. Like I said, the implemented tactics from Chester have been clear from the start.
Exactly.
But Salford can just. I've got the rest of the game to kind of figure that out, kind of ride this wave that Chester have got. I don't think they'll keep it up. Hand on heart, I don't think they will. I don't think Chester will keep it up.
They've been strong, haven't they?
They have been strong. They have been strong, but Salford haven't been bad. That's my point. So, yeah, we've got the rest of the game. It's early. We're only 20 minutes in.
Exactly. Realistically, we get kicked back off with Henry Burrows, and Salford are going to look to press. Obviously, only 19 minutes played so far today. There's still plenty of time for Salford to get back in it. Great shot there from Josh Flatt, and the ball comes loose. Oh, and Golden claims it brilliantly. Penalty advantage for Salford. It's Flatt.
Taken down there on the left-hand side of the pitch.
Salford will look to go as wide as possible, hit that coast-to-coast line. Here's Matt Bowen, supported by Golding. Sperring to Burrows. Their link-up has been absolutely tremendous all season, and that was a good kick there. Perry unlucky. Chester are able to claim.
Good central position, but Chester kick it out there.
And it will be another line-out. We've seen, you know, I mean, this game has really been a game of line-outs today. I mean, we've seen, like, throughout the entire day, realistically, the forwards are going to have such a pivotal role in the proceedings of this match. I mean, this has been absolutely brilliant so far. Great rugby union action. I mean, we're going to see another line out. Obviously, Christian Golding will be the man to distribute. And Salford are going to look to really compound on their scoring, really show that reply that is deserved. Cresswell, sorry, I believe Graham, up, strong, breaks out. Presented, here's Flatt, looks for the pickup. Right by the line, here's Feast.
Got the ball here.
Over to Sperring. Booth supported brilliantly there.
Nice pass by Dan Feast. Great pass in there. Perry gets it. It's taken down though.
Thornhill.
Out wide.
Thornhill taken down. Feast. Looks to distribute.
Will distribute.
Just takes his time. Does well. Here's
Bowen.
Bowen.
Challenge there beautifully, but it's taken down unluckily.
Feast again, just slowing it down that tad, just making sure Salford are set in their place. Here's Hoxley, looks to drive through. Brilliant drive.
Beautiful drive.
Can he present? He can. Feast looks to go the other way. Cresswell will be the man to receive.
Should have gone the other way, I think. But
instead, Sperring
kicks it forward.
It's a strong kick. And it will be a Salford penalty. It will be a Salford penalty. I mean, Dylan, from these 20 minutes that we have seen here on the Salford 3G on this monumental occasion, I mean, like, what can you take away from this game so far? Who's been your key players? Who's been, the ones to watch?
I'd say defensively, Harry's been all right. But going forward, KJ's been getting involved, getting stuck in. It's his last game. He wants to get stuck in. You know what I mean? He wants to get stuck in.
I mean, Salford are going to take a line out, and it is in a very good position. I think if we look at the forward pack we have, especially within that front three, of Golding, Hoxley, and Flaherty. I mean, this is a very promising prospect where we could be able to maul very close to their try line. And we've got one of the best kickers in the entire game in Matt Bowen. I mean, Dill, this is a really good scoring opportunity here.
It's a great position, you have to say. It's a great position.
Here we go. Matt Graham takes it down, and we will break out immediately into the maul.
Exposure levels are quite high. But I can't
Taken
see.
down. Just looking to get it over the line here, Salford. Josh Flatt looks to spin. Brilliant!
Get in there!
Brilliant! The man who scored the first try of the season against Leeds Beckett away. Levels things up at Varsity. I mean, absolutely brilliant. It's been coming. We said when Salford can use their forward pack effectively, it is almost unstoppable.
You saw that spin from Josh Flatt.
I mean,
executed beautifully.
That's his signature move. We saw it. Leeds Beckett away. He was absolutely superb, and he was able to implement that exact play style. Brilliant. The intricacy to have that as a prop is absolutely tremendous, and Josh Flatt has done absolutely brilliant work there. Great work out the maul. I mean, you've got to say Salford really are going to take a lot of benefit from this.
Call it the flat roulette. That's what you want to call it. Look at that little spin in there. Immediately bypassing the defenders. Beautiful try. And it was a good position. It was a decent position as well. It was a decent position.
I mean, it was difficult because, their forward pack, their defensive line is absolutely tremendous, but Josh Flatt has broken out of it brilliantly, and you've got to say it's been coming for Salford. They've been so effective tonight. And, we're going to see Matt Bowen on his final game for the University step up to the tee.
He'll want to win. He'll want to get this. It's not as good a position as I thought, to be fair.
It's less than ideal, but this man is one of the best conversion specialists in the game. It's a brilliant curler and marvellous mulligans Matt Bowen in his final appearance. And if this is indeed his last dance, he is dancing a merry one.
Matt Bowen, that is beautiful. Absolute curler on that.
That was absolutely tremendous.
Louis McCarthy on the pitch.
And we're going to see the introduction of Louis McCarthy. I believe Felix Hoxley has come off. Obviously, it is rolling subs here today at Varsity. But Louis McCarthy, just a quick word, he's come back from an ACL injury. He's been through absolute hell, but he has come back and he is one of the best props in the game.
I'm in tears.
And it's a less than ideal kick. It's a less than ideal kick, and it's not even past the threshold. So surely it will be a Salford penalty here.
It's beautiful to see him back on the pitch.
And have Chester been rattled, Dylan, by the intricacy and the quick passing play of Salford?
Spit the dummy out already. So they are rattled.
Exactly. We are going to see a Salford scrum on halfway. I mean, Dylan, just after that, after seeing that brilliant try, the great conversion, I mean, what do you think the keys to victory here for Salford now?
Staying defensively strong, to be honest. I think Salford, Chester aren't gonna ride down from this. Just because they've equalised, they aren't going to ride down from this. So staying defensively strong is key. Like I said, forward heavy game. Louis McCarthy on the pitch now. So anything could happen. Anything could happen. But
here we go.
Strong.
Feast to put it in. Here's Dan Feast. I do believe the 9 was just a little over. Salford penalty in their favour here. I mean, I've got to say, so far, I think Ben Perry has been absolutely brilliant. When it comes to Ben Perry and Christian Golding, we will call him KJ probably on the broadcast. They've been absolutely brilliant with being able to intercept and turn defence into attack. I think they've been absolutely brilliant. It's been imperative for those roles.
It has, considering we haven't had as much of possession, I probably would say we'd like to. the turnover's been great, you have to say. So, yeah, key influence of Ben Perry at the back there.
Exactly. I mean, realistically, for these boys to be able to compete at this level, after having such a broken season, obviously we weren't in Bucks, and you know, Chester have had that full season under their belt. For these boys to be able to compete, and at moments definitely look like the superior rugby side. I mean, Dylan, you got to say it's absolutely brilliant.
It's impressive. It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. It really does. What broken season they've had, but they've played the games that they had to play.
Well, Salford are going to look to take their penalty here. Christian Golding to feed another line out, and it will be Matt Graham that's up, and he's done well. Breaks it out. Feast to Sperring. Sperring puts it out the back. It's unlucky. Perry, can he recover it? He can. And he now looks to drive forward. Look at Perry, brilliant pace. Feast.
It's a brilliant drive there from Ben.
Bowen.
Same again from Matt Bowen. Rise that challenge, but then is taken down.
Feast.
Looks to go
Burrows.
right.
Brilliant from Sperring. Feast. To Louis McCarthy. Louis McCarthy on his return to action for Salford University. God! Thomas Dunbirch! Thomas Dunbirch! Looks to drive.
It's taken down just in front of the post.
I do believe a penalty has been called in Chester's favour.
That was beautiful, that from Louis McCarthy straight to Don Birch.
I mean, you've got to say the play from Salford has been brilliant there. I mean, McCarthy to ride two challenges there and then find Dunbirch, you know, running onto it.
Salford's advantage here is with the quick passing. Honestly, when they've got the ability to counter and pass quick, it's scary to watch.
Well, here's the thing. We saw signs of it within the women's game as well. I mean, like the intricacy and the tactical plans that Byron has implemented into all these players has been absolutely brilliant, you know?
And it's working. You can see it. You can see it.
It's a strong club identity. You know, the men and the women play in very similar ways. And it's like, realistically, they're going to keep going forwards. And now Chester look to break out. Adam Coote. Oh, but it's a good challenge. Surely he's gone to touch there. And it has been called. It will be a Salford line out. Will be a Salford line out. And Salford are just starting to take over a bit. I think their high pressing game plan, their pressure is starting to get the better of Chester University here.
This is what we needed. This is what we needed. A bit of possession on the ball, a bit of confidence going. Let's win the game.
Matt Bowen went up. Cresswell recovered. Cresswell rides the challenge brilliantly.
Oh,
but it's Matt Graham. Matt Graham. Feast. Sperring. To Burrows.
Burrows gets ground.
Chester have been able to recover the ball.
That's unlucky, that. I don't even know where they got it. Josh Flatt tries to take it back.
Salford looking to maintain the high press. Can they nick the ball? Can they win a penalty? Oh, there's a drop there. There was a knock on referee. That's us. And Salford will claim the try. Will claim a try.
Not sure who scored it, but
I mean, we're a bit impaired here. I'm sure we will learn who was able to convert that try. But that was absolutely spectacular.
Oh, it was beautiful to see. Like you said, Chester had the ball there. We thought it was over, but no, that implemented high press kept maintaining itself. And bang! I don't know who scored it, but it was another try. It was a great position.
I mean, that was absolutely spectacular from Salford. Brilliant high press, just caused the issues, really opened up the game. And I mean, that was absolutely brilliant. And you know, we're gonna see Matt Bowen, I'm sure, step up to the tee one more time, and he will, I'm sure, to convert. I mean, it's been an absolutely fantastic performance from Salford. You know, going behind early, it's never easy to come back from that. But oh my word, have they compounded, you know, that disappointment with just resilience and strength, and they have really shown that they deserve to be in this game. And Matt Bowen, as you can see, setting it up from the tee. And he will step up, hopefully, for his second conversion of the day. It's Matt Bowen. And it's unlucky for Salford, but they still do lead the game 12-7. Absolutely brilliant. And now we're going to see, I'm sure, Chester come for a quick reset, but I mean, what a start from Salford. You know, unlucky to go behind early, but here we are. You know, 32 minutes out of 40 within, you know, the biggest game of the season, and these boys are turning over our biggest rivals at the home ground. It will be a Chester kickoff. Here we go. Here we go. It will be a kick here from Chester's number 9, Ben Fife, and it will be recovered quickly here by the captain, Christian Golding. It's quick passing from Salford. Here's Thornhill. Golding. Perry. Salford getting over their man quickly. Chester looking to compound it, and they will have the penalty in their favour. Looking for quick distribution. Strong play here. The ball's come out, but Chester looking to move it quickly. Tim Shog did brilliantly. Louis McCarthy on his return. That is spectacular. Bowen. Rise the challenge brilliantly. Looks to drive. And Henry Booth. Here comes the chairman. Salford penalty, absolutely brilliant. I mean, this start, this end of the half has been absolutely exquisite from Salford University. They're not giving up. I mean, that ability there from Louis McCarthy to nick the ball, distribute it quickly, and turn defence into attack was absolutely unreal. We're going to see a Salford scrum here, and we've seen that Salford can be strong within these physical battles. Here we go. Scrum for Salford University. Dan Feast will feed. Here we go. Feast. Sperring to Burrows. Now, I do believe maybe a slight bit of afters has gone on here. Now we do have word that Ben Perry, the man who was robbed of a try last year in Chester, was the one that got on the score sheet for Salford to make the score 12-7.
We think.
But we have seen a yellow card given here, unfortunately, for Henry Booth, the captain. He will be out for the rest of the half. It's unlucky. Sorry, the chairman, unfortunately, is out for the rest of the half. I mean, you got to say he's a man that leads by example. I do think it is a slightly harsh yellow.
What was it for?
I couldn't really make it out. I think from what I saw, it was a bit of afters after Dan Feast was unfairly challenged. But
Sign up for the team though. What more do you want?
Exactly. I mean, he will come back on and he will have a brilliant impact. But Salford, I mean, only 5 minutes or so left of this half. I mean, Salford can ride this out 100%.
100%. They can get into half time with this score. You're impressed. You're impressed. You have to be. Obviously a man down now, but you have to say it's impressive. It's impressive to watch. Like I said, I think Chester have been dominant, but Salford haven't been bad. That's the thing, they haven't been bad. So I think as long as they can ride this out to half time, you'll be winning. There we go, excellent fucking ride from Baron there.
Now Feast distributes. Here's Sperring. Sperring to Burrows. Their link-up has been brilliant. Burrows looks to kick, and it will be chased down by Tim Shog.
It's a high kick there.
And Ben Perry putting the pressure on. Tim Shog does brilliantly there. Salford, can they get over? And it will be Salford's penalty. No release. Brilliant. Henry Burrows there. Absolutely brilliant. The intelligence to kick there, create a problem. Shog and Ben Perry's pressure. Unreal.
It was intelligent. It was intelligent, wasn't it? The high kick there caused the Chester player problems, a lot of problems. Instant impact there from Ben Perry, applying that pressure. They weren't able to deal with it, and we've got the penalty out of it. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
This is the thing. I mean, obviously, you think that the side would be demoralised, losing the chairman, the leader of the entire society, you know, losing him to a yellow card. I mean, they've shown the perfect response here.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And we're going for a scrum here in the middle of the pitch. Well, middle of their half, or should I say, sorry. Hopefully Salford can capitalise from this.
Here we go. Dan Feast will feed the scrum. Obviously, we've seen their number 9 today. I believe it is Ben Fife. He's been really, really on Dan Feast. The second he can get the ball from the scrum, look to raise a foot there. Here's Ben Perry looking for that intricacy to dart through players. Chester look to rip, and they have.
Ben Perry, player of the half, I must say.
He has been brilliant. What a challenge there from Finn Sperring to take down their number 5.
Oh, but then Salford player, Chester player looks to drop on the wing there, kicks it forward. Oh, look at the pace.
Brilliant from Thornhill. Great recovery. Here's Feast.
Absolutely incredible pace there.
Salford look to kick. Get out of this.
They need to get out of here. Golding collects.
Golding.
Looks to present it.
You got to think Salford have got to kick here. Just get out.
Have to get out. It's such a dangerous area.
Goes back to Sperring. Sperring with a strong kick.
Beautiful.
Not long at the half. Probably about 2 to play.
Collected ball by the Chester player there.
Novak.
15.
Strong challenge from Zach Novak, the future vice.
Chester look to implement their quick passing style again. Plays out to the late. Look at that, coast to coast, 13, 11.
Shog, brilliant from Tim Shog. Last line of defence there.
Great.
Their 11 looks to come inside. Louis McCarthy with a good challenge.
Not getting past Matt Graham either.
Salford look to rip, but their 8 looks to get in. And he spins. And he's able to put it under the post. And Chester will get their second try of the day.
That spin was dangerous.
I mean, it was brilliant. We spoke about the flat spin earlier. Obviously, that does make it 12 to 12.
Thought they had it there. I thought Salford were able to manage that, but unfortunately, that spin just took them out there, and they're able to get the try.
Exactly. I mean, this is what we knew. This is what it was going to be. You know, we said before the game, this is going to be, for lack of a better word, a war. You know, this is going to be back and forth, constant. You know, great challenges, great tries, great bits of play from both sides.
It's been a great game.
I mean, it's been an unbelievable game of rugby so far. And think about it, we've got 40 more minutes to go here at the Salford 3G.
What more can you ask for, man? What more can you ask for? 12-12 going
Exactly. I think this probably will be the last infraction of the half.
Maybe 12-12 going into the half time.
It probably will be the last infraction of the half, you got to think.
Good position in it for them to kick, so can't ask for anything more than that.
Exactly. It will be their number 15. I believe that is Adam Coote, who will step up for Chester. To look to put them in a slight advantage going into the second half.
Is it an advantage?
Yeah,
just
slight. It'll be 14 to 12.
Converted last one.
And it is through the post. It is lovely.
It's good position in it. He's always going to convert that.
And that will be the half. I mean, realistically, it's a less than ideal scoreline for Salford, but absolutely brilliant performance. Absolutely brilliant performance.
Yeah, it was a great half.
I mean, they've stepped up. I mean, like, for you, who have been, like, your key players for the half so far?
Like I said, I think Ben Berry was the player of that first half. Scoring the try, we think, but defensively solid. Able to stop them counters from Chester. And I know they've scored the 2 tries, but it's still signs of promising defending there. So I think Ben Perry definitely, if he can keep that up first, if he can keep up his performance on the first half, I think we'll go into the second half very confident.
I think just a word, obviously, I mean, we named him the enforcer back on our time on SSTV, Tom Cresswell. Tom Cresswell's been absolutely brilliant defensively.
Tom Cresswell has been absolutely brilliant defensively. I think able to pick up that ball in the dangerous positions where Chester are looking dangerous. Able to pick up that ball, Tom Cresswell, and try and get Salford back on the counter. And look, we've got 2 tries from it. We've got 2 tries from it, 1 converted. So I think going into the second half, they can maintain confidence. It wasn't a bad half. That's the thing. We've gone into halves a lot more demoralised than this, I would say. I think they've got.
The boys have to keep their heads up.
They have to. They're only 2 points behind. It was a conversion. They're a conversion behind.
Not even that, a penalty. A penalty. You know, it's like, realistically, we know that this team have the ability to compete at this level, and realistically, I do think we are going to be walking away, hopefully, with a Salford victory.
100%. Yeah, so that is calling half-time for us.
Exactly. We will be back live with commentary in just a few minutes on Shock TV, Shock Radio, and let's hope Salford can turn it around. Gentlemen, we are back here live on Shock Radio for your second half of rugby union action. The score currently on the Salford 3G is Salford 12, Chester 14. I'm joined by the wonderful Dilan Dosanjh.
We are
Dilan,
back.
how are we feeling going into the second half? 40 minutes that could define the rest of the year.
Well, incredible performance from the Salford Sirens. We're going in for the second half here again. Salford versus Chester. Like you said, 12-14 going to half. Salford slightly behind, but we're all for it second half. The final half for some of these boys. Let's see what they've got.
For Chester to get us kicked off. And we are underway. Oh, and it has just been knocked forward by Thomas Cresswell. Penalty advantage for Chester. It will be a penalty for Chester. Less than ideal start for Salford. Obviously, they would have wanted to come out, and finish the half as, begin the new half as they started the first one. But
I'm just trying to see if we've got any subs. Sorry, I was just trying to see. I don't think we have.
no, no changes have been made. I don't think at the half-time break. I think it won't be too long before we see some forward changes.
So is Boothby not back on then?
No, Henry Booth. He's still serving the last couple of minutes of his suspension. I believe he got a yellow card on the 33rd minute.
Right.
So obviously, probably about 3-4 minutes time, we should probably be seeing him be introduced.
Scrum here.
Chester looking to break out the scrum. It's a good challenge in there. It's a very good challenge there from Tom Dunn-Birch. Salford looking to get over.
Getting in there as well. I haven't seen much of him so far, but still quiet enforcer, I'd say, at the back.
It's a good ride there from that 30. But you can see Louis McCarthy. He's starting to get his legs under him. He's starting to get up for the game.
Keep it in
It's
there.
a great ride, though, from Chester. Look to play it off. Chester coming at pace.
Challenge there.
It's a very crash-heavy game plan here from Chester.
It is indeed. Number 10 drives forward. I do have to say, I would like to see some subs. I think
It's a great challenge in there from Matt Graham.
we have got a very strong bench compared to last year anyway. So I would like to see the enforcing of some
It's a good
subs
ride, though.
at some point in this
You
game.
got to say, Chester are probably breaking through Salford's line a few more times than we would have wanted.
It's a dangerous position, isn't it? It is.
It's great play here again from Chester. So close to the post of Salford.
Salford
And
riding
they're
it
looking
so
to break
far.
through.
Quick feet. Don't think it's gone down just yet. The play out wide to number 10. Tries to trip step him. Beautiful
It's a good
challenge.
challenge, but it is a Salford concession. It will be a try in favour of the University of Chester. And you've got to say it's a less than ideal start, Dylan.
It is another try on the board for Chester.
That does take the score, 14-19 in favour of Chester.
12-19, sorry.
Sorry, 12-19, my apologies.
12-19 is a good position as well to convert. Likely to convert.
And we do have a man down, unfortunately. I do believe it is.
Is it a Chester player or a Salford player?
I can't see. Obviously, we don't want to show that on the broadcast, but obviously we hope he gets well and everything, because you don't want to see injuries in such a great game.
I think it's a Salford.
Dylan, let's just touch on the performance of Salford so far. I mean, realistically, we're in the exact same scenario as we were after 10 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, we are. And look, gone behind, but
realistically, we went behind quite early. But we were able to combat it and get 2 tries before the end of the half.
yeah.
I mean, realistically, if we look at this, obviously within this pack of leaders, we will be seeing people talking. I do believe the try was the conversion was good actually, so that will take the score
To 21-12.
exactly. And I mean, realistically, it's not too high of a mountain for Salford to climb.
It's not. So it was 21-12 to Chester.
I mean, here's the thing, Dylan. It's all about reaction. You know, like we spoke about reaction. We've spoken about reaction all season, whether we're on here or SSTV. Realistically, we saw at the start of the game that this side did go behind. You know, but we saw quickly they grouped together and they were able to get 2 tries, and quickly move forward from it.
Let's hope they can do that here now, going behind by a try and conversion. So let's see what they can do here, trying to face adversity once again. But like I said, this Salford side, they're used to this. They're used to this. They can ride these. They can ride these type of games.
I do believe it was Henry Burrows who is down. So I do probably think, at this point, obviously, he has been down for quite a while. We are probably going to see the reintroduction of a man who gave so much to the club, this season and last season, in Will Trumper.
Was Adam Bellard on the pitch? Adam Bellard's on the pitch.
Oh, my apologies. Adam Bellard has come on. Obviously, we do have Will Trumper as a replacement 12, a replacement 9 as well. So we will probably see Adam Bellard, filling in one of those centre roles.
Yeah.
I mean, how exciting is it for him? His 4th year, but like his 1st year within the rugby setup. To come in for such a big game.
Must be nice to get some minutes of Varsity. You know what I mean? It must be nice for him. So let's hope he can fill some boots here, some big boots, I must say. Did you say it was Henry Burrows down?
Yeah, Henry Burrows is down. Obviously, he was playing number 12, but
like I said, some big boots.
I mean, he is back on his feet. That is what we want to see. Obviously, he's got the support of his teammate Matt Bowen, our brilliant physios in Grace and Freya. He will be well supported, and the boys are clapping him off the pitch. And you got to say, he was absolutely brilliant. He's played. He's played probably about 50 minutes today, 52 minutes, but he's been absolutely brilliant while he has played.
100%. Is that Will Vant coming on the pitch, or not? Or he just walked back off?
I think he was warming up here.
It looks like he's ready to play.
And we will see the introduction of the debutant, Will Vant. I mean, you got to say, one of the best debut seasons ever. Not played rugby for about 7, 8 years, and came in and immediately made an impact in the first team. He was absolutely brilliant. He's put the hours in. He's played for Eccles. He's done absolutely everything he can, and he is finally getting his flowers. He will come on, I believe, as a replacement flanker here, and we will probably see. I've got to say, probably Cresswell moving to that second row.
One of the most improved players of this season, like you said, putting in the hours in training. And look, no one deserves minutes in this Varsity.
And there he is immediately. Will Vant getting involved. First tackle.
I'm so proud. I'm like a proud dad. I love it. I love it. I love him.
Looking to move it quickly.
Challenge is there. Chester trying to play out to the left. Shimmying in. Will Vant getting involved again.
I think Louis McCarthy and Tom Dunn-Birch there. But Louis McCarthy particularly has been absolutely brilliant since he's come on.
He's been great.
He does not look like a man that's just come off a 9-month recovery from an ACL. Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant.
He's been at training, but he hasn't trained as much.
Thornhill's an awkward bounce for him.
He looks amazing.
And it has just gone forwards. It's unlucky.
Yeah.
It's unlucky, but Salford, I think they need to calm down here. Obviously, it's a very high-octane game. But
yeah, it's been a rough start, hasn't it? It's been a rough start, but to the second half. But let's see what they can do here. They ride out this adversity that they've been facing.
Well, we are going to see, I believe, a scrum in favour of Chester University. I think what's important here, and we're going to see the reintroduction, obviously the end of the yellow card for the chairman, Henry Booth.
Has the score been updated? Has it been updated? Score? It wasn't on the thing. It should be updated.
Right, here we go. It will be a Chester scrum here. It's fed in. Quick play. It's an awkward one, but Dunn-Birch, and he's unlucky. He's unlucky, but it will be a Salford penalty. I mean, it's all about resetting here, Dylan. I think Salford just got to make sure that they don't allow their heads to drop. It's a less than ideal start to the second half.
Yeah, they need to calm down.
Conceding a try, losing a key player, but You know, it's all about just making sure that they can calm down, recognising they're on home turf. You know, that the support is in their favour.
It is, and it's a wonderful turn.
And looking to open, you know, the game back up.
I think they need to. They need to.
I mean, Dylan, like, what would you say? Dylan, in reference to, you know, the start of the second half, what can Salford really improve on, you think?
I think implementing what they did at the end of that first half. Sorry, I think the quick passing that Chester were implementing worked well for Salford as well, because when they were looking to break out on their quick passing, they looked dangerous. That's why they got the try from. They were quick, dangerous. Implement a bit more of that. Like you said, though, they need to calm it down a bit. I think there's getting a bit restless at this.
What's the penalty advantage here for Salford? Salford looking to drive forwards. McCarthy does well. Supported by Dunn-Birch, his feast. To Golding. It's well played here.
Held up in Chester's Salford's half, sorry.
Quick passing play. Here's McCarthy to Bellard. Sorry, to Van. Feast.
You have to say
It's
Will
great
Van.
play here.
You have to say Will Van has got involved very well.
He's been brilliant so far. Tim Shogg does well. Oh, off his feet, surely.
Ref's got to see that.
I mean, they're claiming no release, but like I've got to say, it did look reckless from the Chester winger there.
Ref's had a good game, hasn't he? So I think he's got a BDI on that. Yeah. All right. We're looking for tap and go. Kicked forward.
And it will be another Chester line out. I just think it's the final bit that's letting Salford down right now.
Yeah, at the moment, I think need a bit more composure in that final third. Not find it so far. I think they've struggled with the whole game, to be fair, possession-wise. I just think they've not been on the ball as much as they'd like to be. Like I said, though, they are strong on their counter, but you don't want to rely on that for the whole game. You don't want to rely on that.
I mean, we spoke about it. When they were able to get a sustained spell of possession, you know, the intricacy in the passing play and the ability to move the ball quickly was really, really benefiting them.
They can do it. A line out here. Contested here. Chester player goes down.
Now Salford looking to rip the ball here. And Salford, I do believe, have successfully ripped it. No release. And it will be a penalty. It's been a very penalty-heavy game. We expected this. We said it was going to be a forwards game to play. And we are going to see a kick from Matt Bowen. And it's a strong kick. And it's really deep in that Chester half. I mean, right by their 22 here.
Yeah, like you said, very stop-start, hasn't it, the second half?
It's a stop-start game. I mean...
The second half has, I think.
Exactly. I mean, the first half was just like this. You know what I mean, Dylan? It was... It was opening up at times, but, you know, it was like there'd be an offside or there'd be someone not release the ball or someone coming from the side. It's always going to be like this, I think, especially if the boys get more tired as well. I think we are going to see a lot more stoppages and a lot more infractions of the rules. But here's Feast. Over to the number 10, here's Finn Sperring. To Booth. Does well. Perry. It's a great line. They've got to get over him here. Does
great
well.
Great drive from Perry there.
Oh, great pass from Sperring. Here he is. McCarthy goes down. Chester look to rip. Feast. Bowen.
Shoulder first into that challenge.
I do believe it was a high tackle there. And I mean, we've seen a few of these. We've seen a few of these from Chester today. Potentially a card could be given. Obviously, Matt Bowen down there, you know, we don't want to see that. We'll take the camera away from him now. But
let's say Henry Booth got the card. The Chester players have been giving some high challenges so far. I'd like to see some more cards thrown out on this ref.
Yeah, you would like to see. I mean, that's the 4th or 5th infraction by Chester for a high
Where's the
challenge.
second player that's gone down? Matt Bowen's gone down here. We had Henry Burrows come off the pitch.
Exactly. You want to see a card given. You want to see a card given at some point. Because
Can't keep going on like this, can it?
Obviously, I understand at the start of the game, you know, you don't really want to see a card be given. However, you know, it's multiple, you know, stoppages for the same foul. Even if it's not the same player, you do want to see a yellow card given out just to set the tone for the game that you can't really be committing, you know, dangerous fouls like that. Because obviously, if the referee is blowing, he thinks there is some form of severity to call a stoppage to the game.
Well, we knew this game was going to be a war. You said it yourself. It was going to be a war. So, I think...
Obviously, Matt Bowen, he does seem to be all right. Yeah. Obviously, took a nasty one there, but, you know, he is going to continue. Obviously, it does look like he is going to kick for post here. I mean, the shot clock will be live. The shot clock will be live here.
Matt Bowen, though, excellent kicking, obviously.
I mean, he's been absolutely brilliant. We saw that first conversion that he made was absolutely unreal.
He's far out, obviously, but... Let's see what he can do. He's obviously confident, quietly confident. Let's see what he can do here with his kick.
Here's the thing, Matt Bowen's going to look to kick. It will put us within... it's a strong kick. It is bending inside. And it is good. It's brilliant from Matt Bowen. Salford add another 3 to their score. Takes the score to 15 to 21 in favour of Chester. That takes us, you know, within the converted try of leading this game.
It's what we needed, though. It's what we needed. We need to close that gap. We need to close that gap. And I know it's a little. It's only little points, but it's still a gap that is getting closer to.
I think that was the smart choice to kick for post. You know, like don't get greedy. Just get yourself back on the scoreline. Get the momentum back in your favour. And you know, Salford are going to look to push on here.
They need to. So Chester have been strong this half, but not.
Exactly. I mean, we've still got time. 25 minutes to play. It's a great catch there from Matt Bowen. And he was tackled while being in the air. He's done brilliantly there.
Got up high, didn't he? Got up high. Collected.
That was absolutely brilliant to climb, you know, above so many bodies.
Is Will Trumper on the pitch?
I do believe so. We have seen the return of Will Trumper.
My goodness.
It's unclear now whether he is playing as a number 9 or a number 12, but obviously, just a quick word. Obviously, I've had the pleasure of, you know, being with Trumper this entire year. I mean, he's worked so hard. You've got to bear in mind, he ripped his shoulder out of socket, you know, back in September. And he's worked and worked and worked. He's put in hours and hours and hours at the gym, hours and hours of his recovery. It's so good to see that he's been able to make it back for Varsity. I mean, how much joy does that bring you that he is able to, you know, come back and represent the uni in what he considers, you know, the biggest game of his life?
As his most beloved son, that is my father right there. He has been putting the hours in. He's been working, even through injury. He's been coming back on, and he's back on the pitch, and he's got his minutes in Varsity. I cannot be prouder of my dad.
Exactly. I mean, realistically, he's going to be a leader on and off that pitch. You know, he's come to every single game. He's come to every single game this season. He's supported no matter whether he's injured, whether he's fit, and I'm just so pleased for him to be able to get the minutes. And I mean, he's an absolutely spectacular player. We've got to say that. He's got such great rugby ability, and he's going to really try and bring this to this game.
100%. I hope he has a good game. The ball's gone out there for a line out.
It's a very good kick from Finn Sparing there, and it is going to be another Salford line out. I do believe, from what I can see optically, he has directly replaced Dan Feast. So I do believe he will be playing, you know, as a number 9 today, as a scrum half. Which obviously that's the position he was, you know, born to play. Like he's been playing this since he was however many years old, and he's going to look to compound that. Here we go, Golding with the line out. Graham, Trumper, fizzes it across. Here's Sparing. Great hard line from Van Booth, and Ben Perry can break out here. Ben Perry breaks out. He needs the support. Brilliant from Booth. It was ripped well though, and Chester have done a good job of that so far today. They look to kick. Thornhill needs to be aware of his surroundings here. And he kicks it himself. And Tim Shogg.
Oh, the pinning goal!
It's a very harsh call.
I'm a word!
He's called a knock on, but I don't.
Ref, I'm not being funny. That's harsh, that.
I think it's very harsh.
That's harsh, that. We're through. Salford needed that, but unlucky call from the ref.
I think it's very harsh to call a scrum from all the way back there, but I think what he's adjudged is actually Tim Shogg's come from in front of the kicker. He's come from in front of the kicker and he's not run beyond.
What's the point?
And we are going to see a Chester scrum in a dangerous position here.
Of course it's dangerous. The ref shouldn't have given that. Chester looking to feed the scrum here.
No, they're going to look to fizz across here. They're going to look to go quickly, Chester. And it's a great hard line. It's a good challenge from Shog. But it's a really dangerous position here.
Beautiful
Chester really looking to push. Great challenge.
Right into the Chester away crowd.
And he has gone into touch.
Beautiful challenge into the Chester away crowd there.
Salford needed that. They really needed that. Because it was a really overwhelming bit of play there from Chester. They were really pushing strong. But, I mean, an unbelievable challenge. I do believe it was Zach Pounder, who, again, I mean, we've spoken so much about Zach Pounder, you know, paralysed at one point, you know, now playing in his final varsity. It's unbelievable.
My granddad right there, Zach Pounder. What a beautiful man he is. Honestly, he got the minutes against Liverpool. No, Leeds, weren't it? Leeds away. That was a good game, that.
But an unbelievable challenge there from Zach Pounder right in the corner. And it is going to be a Salford line-out. I mean, Salford, they need to get this one right. I mean, it's such a dangerous position. You've got to think, win it, distribute it to Trumper, and immediately look to break out. But Graham looks to drive.
Matt Graham, the superior man in the mid.
Trumper. All the way across to Sperring. Sperring looks to kick. And it has gone out, and it will be another line out in favour of Chester University. About an hour gone, Dylan, 20 to go. I mean, two things. One, who do you think, you know, what do you think the ways for Salford to, you know, turn this game around is? And two, who do you think the key players to make it happen are?
Maintaining that forward line. McCarthy's had a great game since coming on. Christian Golding, a bit more quiet in the second half, but still maintaining that captain's enforcement in the front line there.
I think we've seen the reintroduction as well. Felix Hoxley back on the pitch. I think Josh Flatt, his day has come to an end. We may see a brief reintroduction, but he has played, you know, 50 or so minutes, so it's unlikely.
Look, my dad and my granddad are on the pitch. All I'm saying is get their son on now and grandson.
Please don't.
Get me on this pitch.
Please, no, do not get him on the pitch. We will lose by 104.
Oh, mate, I've got as many caps as you in this Salford team.
Yeah, in about half the minutes.
Half the minutes? We've got a similar amount. I'm not
like 4 minutes.
Are you taking the mick? I played that entire first half against Huddersfield.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, because I came. Right, stop it. Varsity action.
You did not come off the pitch for me. I'm not having that. All right, I'm not having that. I played. I've got a cap. So has Miles King. Get us on this pitch, and we will win.
Yeah, we won't.
It's okay. We're in the commentary booth today, so it's all right.
I'm not even joking. If they selected one of us, it would have been a travesty. But back to the rugby at hand. Christian Golding will take on this line out here for Salford. It's tipped back. It's an awkward one. Here's Trumper. Trumper drives in.
Out, man.
Needs someone to cover at 9.
He wants his minutes.
Pick and go here by McCarthy, taking on 3-4 Chester players.
McCarthy's been excellent. Honestly,
he's been unreal.
Excellent.
Trumper to Sperring. Graham. Chester looking to rip. Trumper. Will we see a kick here from the social sec? We will. He looks to kick. That's a great take there.
Kick straight into the chest.
And now their fullback's going to... Oh, it's a dodgy pass.
Referee! Ref!
And he has called the knock-on. It's very late, the call, but... At least the call has come in here.
Don't know what that was about. No advantage. Play the ball. Play the ball.
15, 21. Yeah. Down by 6.
I don't want to drive the PA system through that, because I think you'll blow the room. No, true.
We are going to see a Salford scrum. I mean, here's the thing. It was like the first half, Dylan. Obviously, we had to ride a 15-minute storm. We were really under the cosh for those first 15, and then we were able to, you know, play our rugby and take it back. I mean, Dylan, realistically, it looks like we may have ridden the storm here slightly.
We have ridden the storm, but we need to override it because we need the points.
I agree.
15 to 21.
I agree. We need a strong push. We need a strong push towards their 22 and look to, you know, get towards their try line here.
We're still behind. We're still behind.
Exactly. I mean, we are only a converted try away. Obviously, it does seem like the second row is now made up. I believe with Matt Graham and Tom Dunn-Birch. I don't actually think Matt Bowen is on the pitch.
No, he's off the pitch.
So I think kicking duties would obviously then go down to Finn Sperring. Trumper does well. feeds the scrum. It's a great pickup by Cresswell, who is covering at that number 8 role.
Needed to play it there, I think. It's gone down.
Trumper. Sparing.
Bellard.
He's driving through that challenge there. Goes down, does release. Here's Trumper.
Out to McCarthy.
Golding to Graham.
Skips the challenge.
Brilliant. And they have adjudged that pass to have just gone forwards. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. I just think a bit more composure is needed. I think Salford are slightly panicking in these scenarios. Salford are slightly panicking in these scenarios, and it's just not opening up as well as they want it to. Chester scrum here. And they go round the other side, and Thornhill puts the challenge in, and he has gone to touch. He has gone to touch, but it's an unlucky one. It's an unlucky one.
Camera shake.
I think it's unlucky. It's unlucky for Will Trumper there, because obviously he was able to get the interception, but they have ruled that he has gone to touch.
I'll tell you what, credit to him. It's not my camera, I don't care. This is his performance of the year.
15 to go. 15 to go here at the Salford 3G. Salford down by 6. It's a small mountain to climb, but it's definitely a game that we can win here. We are going to see Golding feed the scrum. Feed the line out. It's won by Chester. And Chester just looking to turn us over, just create a bit more of a gap. Oh, brilliant from McCarthy there, rucking over and winning the ball. Absolutely tremendous. I mean, Dilan, he has been absolutely unreal tonight, Louis McCarthy. And Will Van looks to drive. Oh, he couldn't surely an off the ball foul, surely.
Oh, Will Van could have drove there, but unlucky. Ref's got to call that, though.
I mean, it's an off the ball foul. I think it's a penalty advantage. It will be taken back, but I think that is horrendous refereeing there. Zach Pounder was tackled completely before he was able to gain the ball.
Ref, you need to have a word. It's for that, but Salford needs to get their head in the game.
I mean, it was a penalty advantage, so we will, be able to gain it. I believe it is going to be a scrum that we will go for. But
I want that.
I mean, you got to say, there's already a mountain to climb for Salford. You want to see, good, like the refereeing be equal there. I mean, I've got to say that is a very cynical challenge. There was no intention to play the ball there.
It wasn't.
But, Will Trumper will play this scrum here, and I mean, with the last 15, Salford are really going to look to push on. Trumper, sparing. Goes round the back. His boot.
It's just a bit high. It's unlucky.
He keeps it alive though. It's Perry. Bellard gets over him. So does Pounder. Trumper just takes his time.
Kicks forward.
He kicks.
There's only one man at the back here.
And now Salford have got to push.
Claims well.
Salford have got to push. There was a push there. Trumper's got to make sure he keeps his head. Trumper. But there was a trip there. There was 100% a trip by their 14.
Ref's got to get closer to this action.
I mean, he's got to get a hold of the game.
He's stood at the opposite side of the pitch.
He's got
get involved with the action.
He's got to call that. He's got to call stuff like that. I mean, there was no intent. Trumper was chasing the ball. He would have been the first, man to challenge the man, and immediately he's been tripped and not been able to do that.
You can see why there was a bit of pushing and shoving there.
Yeah, of course. I think it's completely valid for Trumper.
Part of the game.
I think it's completely valid for Trumper.
Dan feet.
Yeah, Dan McFerrin is coming on for his varsity debut.
With the scrum cap
and
as well.
I do think
DB off.
Timothy Shogg has come off as well. Have we seen the introduction of Finn Patmore potentially? We have.
Has he?
The future second team captain, Finn Patmore, will come on in that number 14 position.
Finn Patmore and Dan McFeast. No, Dan McFerrin. Whoops. On the pitch.
And it's over the top.
here.
Trumper can claim. Plays it quickly. Sparing to Van, who will crash.
Great drive. Tried to drive there. Beautiful. You see the determination on Van there.
Trumper to Pounder. Pounder driving through. They look to rip, brilliantly held. Golding, Bellard, Perry to Thornhill, brilliant. Leaves them on skates. Hoxley. Salford looking to drive.
It's a great position. They've gained 80 yards into the Chester half now.
McCarthy, great crash.
Trumper plays it out wide. Booth.
It's Booth to Thornhill, finds himself on the opposite side. Bellard will cover at 9.
Salford needs to
Strong
maintain
play.
this pressure now.
And Will Van looks to drive.
Incredible drive from Will Van.
He needs the support though. He's done well. Here's Tromper.
Got to play.
Tromper to the chairman, Booth. Salford really looking to compound this. I have no idea what the referee has called here.
Are we?
But I do think it's a Salford penalty. It is a Salford penalty.
Salford penalty in a dangerous position, you have to say.
Will we look to tap and go here, or will we look to kick the post?
I think you've got to maintain this pressure here and tap and go. I think you have to. But is he going to go kick it? Matt Bowen's not on the pitch.
Finn Sperring obviously is an option 2 kick. I do think we're going to go for the line out here.
He's gone for the line out.
He will go for the line out, and it's a strong position. We saw Josh Flatt score earlier in the game from a very similar position, a very similar scenario. And you know, this pressure, the defensive resoluteness and the pressure of Salford is really coming to pass here.
This pressure's been maintained for about 2-3 minutes here. They need to maintain this pressure. They've gone with the line out. Can they keep up and get this vital try with the conversion that they need to get back into this game and equal it up at 21 all? 15-21 at the moment. 70 minutes played.
Now they go straight into the maul, Golding with the ball in his hands.
Moore's crushed.
Still pushing.
Still pushing.
Still pushing. Golding is down. Salford, pull it back on the 3G. The club captain, the man on the poster, the man at the top of the tree, Christian Golding, gets the points for Salford.
You knew that was coming. The maul was excellent. Incredible pushing there from the Salford team. Captain Christian Golding scoring the try. It's
unbelievable.
It's
unbelievable, Dylan. I mean, that is the strength of the maul. We've been speaking about it all day. It's a physical forward pack. That was unbelievable. Finn Sperring is going to step up to the kicking duties. Obviously, we see the score now, 22-21. It's a 1-point deficit here.
22-21. It's close.
Finn Sperring will step.
Sperring to kick it in a dangerous, hard position, but still dangerous for him. Crowd goes silent.
And he's unlucky. It's
unlucky. Head up, Salford!
I mean, it's 1 point. We are now a penalty away from leading this game.
The score is 20 Salford, 21 Chester. There's 1 point in it. Salford needs to maintain this pressure.
8 minutes to play. 8 minutes to play here on the 3G.
71 minutes played. Can Salford win it?
8 minutes, bro. 8 minutes.
I mean, Dylan, if there's a message you got to give him, you just got to say, boys, it's the biggest 8 minutes of your life.
Chester another cosh here.
McCarthy claims again brilliantly. He's been so good today. Trumper. To Bowen. Bowen back on the pitch. Obviously, there's now with Matt Bowen back on, the kicking ability. That's back.
Great drive. Incredible drive from Matt Bowen gaining yards.
Trumper. Hoxley. Oh, it's unlucky from Bellard.
Unlucky. Advantage played here for Chester. Go on, you got to get that challenge
That's
in.
a good challenge.
Great, incredible. McFerrin with Graham.
Brilliant from
McCarthy as
McCarthy.
well, all of them in, going in as 2s and 3s.
Now they're looking to progress quickly here, Chester. Use the width. Pounder's got to get over there, and he's done well.
Incredible challenge for Zach Pounder.
Oh, it's a great challenge in there. I think it was Louis McCarthy once again.
Chester going back inside again, trying to play, coast to coast.
Good challenge from Trumper. It's unlucky there. Chester looking to overlap.
Trumper goes down.
Surely a drop of the ball there.
Is Trumper
Obviously,
all right?
the penalty advantage will now stand.
Got to check on Trumper, surely he's come back from injury. He's gone down there, but he looks all right.
We know Trumper though. He's not gonna stop for any
No
reason.
chance.
His shoulder could come flying out, like actually onto the pitch, and he will not quit.
He'll play one-handed. Why not?
Here we go.
This is big.
It will be, I believe, a Chester line-out.
Vision
Bowen's up. He's done brilliantly.
But Salford can take the ball here. It's collected by
Van couldn't
Booth.
get a hold. Booth recovers it. Here we go. Trumper. Sperring. Looks to go wide. It's well read, but Patmore's done well. Chester looking to rip. Now Trumper takes it out.
Bounding over him.
Sperring. Oh, it's a good block on the kick. It's a very good block.
That's never a try.
It was not a try. No try. No
try.
But now Salford looking to play quickly. I think they tried to go quickly with a tap and go, and it just wasn't on. Five minutes, Dylan. Dylan, we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes left. 20-21 in Chester's favour. This is a vital 5 minutes. Kick forward here, collected by Chester around the halfway line.
Thornhill
going in for the
strong.
challenge, just misses. Hoxley goes in, takes him down.
Salford need to get this ball back. Chester looking to play it quickly.
Coast to coast again, going from right to left. Rides the challenge there, the Chester player. Salford though, going in their 2s and 3s, their packs. Taking the men down like they need to. Trying to win that ball.
Knock on
That's
there.
going to be a knock on.
And it will be, it's a Salford penalty.
Miles. This might be it, you know. This might be it. This might be it. Just behind the halfway line. Not far, edge of the D.
Dylan, it's been 10 years since Salford won this fixture in Varsity. These boys want to make legends of themselves.
My heart's racing. If I'm an Apple Watch on right now, I'll give you a BPM check, but I can't, unfortunately. But my heart's racing. Put your hand on my heart.
Thomas Cresswell coming on for Matt Bowen for these last few minutes.
Matt Bowen coming on though for a little cameo. He was like, he came off in the first half, but look at him now, putting the minutes in.
Trumper 2 feet the scrum. Here we go, Trumper collects. Sperring. Booth. Perry. Oh, it was just a little short for Thornhill.
It's gone out for a line out. That's unlucky, that from Salford.
But they played it quickly. Chester played it quickly.
Oh, it hasn't gone out for a line out. My bad. Chester again looking coast to coast, trying to get past. But again, Salford pointing the challenges. You have to say they put their heart on this pitch, Salford. They weren't stepping down from this game, and they haven't for the full game. 4 minutes left. How long left? 4 minutes left. Just under 3. 3 minutes left.
Now Chester in possession. Salford need a turnover here.
They need it.
Was there not a knock on there? And it was. It has been ruled a knock on.
Referee.
It has been ruled a knock on.
Referee's finally put his glasses on. Let's have it! Penalties to Salford in the dying moments of the game.
This is going to be 3 of the biggest minutes in the history of the university.
3 minutes to put on a show. Can Salford do it? Scrum right in the middle of the half.
Here we go. We're going to see Trumper feed the scrum. You can hear the support.
The support is unreal. The support's got even more bigger during the game.
That's come from the women's rugby. Obviously, it's one club, one family, one united.
Women's rugby with an amazing win earlier. They're supporting the men's now. Can Salford men's do it? Scrum, middle of the half.
About 90 seconds to play here. Score 21-20 in favour of Chester University. Sperring to Bellard.
Bellard jumps it.
Referee! I think the referee's called him to have been high.
He had to ride the challenge. What else do you want him to do?
And that might just be it.
Take it, get the megaphone, tell him.
About 90 seconds to play here, Dylan. I mean, if Salford are going to get this ball, it needs to be now.
It needs to be now or never for Salford, I must say.
I mean, they are running down this time.
Ref's got to play some injury time, surely. He's taking the mick
There
here.
isn't injury time.
Got to
There
take
isn't
the
injury
mick.
time in rugby.
Taking the mick here.
They will just crash, and they will look to crash until they can.
They just need to get their hands on the ball, Salford. They just need to get their hands on this ball. Booth. Heart and determination. His last game. Trying to get the challenge in.
Salford have got to be careful. They can't afford to give away penalties. Chester just looking to creep forwards. 30 seconds of regular time to play. He's ridden the challenge there, number 8. Can Salford get over? And now Salford do have possession of the ball. Here we go. Everything has to be perfect.
Now or never for Salford.
Everything's got to be perfect. The referee will not stop the game until the ball is out of play. Zach Pounder. He has been judged to have knocked it on.
That's not.
And I think that will call it. And we will see, unfortunately, Chester win Varsity by 1, I think. We're going to see a scrum in favour of Chester. I mean, if there's ever a time you need to say for Salford to push, it's got to be now. They have got to win this scrum. It will be fed by the Chester 9.
This ref ain't doing it,
It's a
man.
good
This
push
ref
from
ain't doing
Salford.
it.
Trumper with a good challenge. It's a Salford penalty. Salford penalty. They have time. They have time. Everything has to be perfect from this second on, Dylan.
The ball is deep into their own half here. Deep, Miles.
But Finn Sperring is going to kick it for a line out.
He has to kick and he has to go now. It has to happen. It has to happen. Salford 20, Chester 21. It has to happen now.
It's got to be perfect. If there's ever, I mean, Dylan, if you have to drop one message to these boys, what is it?
Fight. That's all I'll say.
It's got to be perfect.
I can't do it anymore, Miles. I'm done.
It's got to be
I
perfect.
can't do it anymore. I will cry. I will cry. It has to happen.
I do apologise if at times you're hearing areas of silence. It's just myself and Dylan, we're so passionate about this club. We really, really want a victory here today. Here's Trumper. To Sperring, to Vant. Vant drives. Salford get over well. Deep, just outside their 22. Sperring. Perry. Rides the challenge. Plays it off to Bellard. He needs the support. Pounder drives straight into the challenge. Booth. Graham. Behind Booth to Cresswell. Here's Thornhill. Thornhill. Lad, please! And it's been turned over. Oh, but it stayed in play. The kick stayed in play. There is another chance for Salford. Here's Ben Perry. He's got to go with everything now. Bellard. Drive by Van. He keeps it in play. Salford, they've got to be perfect. Flat. Josh Flat goes down. Trumper. Matt Graham drives.
We're halfway in the pitch.
Chester calling for a penalty.
Never! Henry Booth!
Brilliant drive from Ben Murray!
Run! Henry, run!
Ben Perry, can he present?
Ben Murray halfway into the Chester half!
No way!
Referee! What the foul? Ref!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us on Shot Radio, they've given a penalty. They've given a penalty in favour of Chester. I don't actually know. I don't know what they have called there. I cannot tell you what they've called there. What? Because the ball bounced up a bit from the ruck? That can't be.
I swear. That's so hard.
I think that is one of the worst.
I swear to God, you get VAR on this thing now. There's nothing there, ref.
I think that is one of the worst decisions I've seen in a while.
30 minutes and you called that?
Here we go. I do think we are just going to see Chester.
Chester penalty. They don't kick it, no.
Yeah, they will look to get to touch now. Well, they are crashing here.
It's not the tactic I thought I'd see.
Oh, it's a great challenge in there.
I don't even know what minute our clock.
I mean, you got to say, devastation. That is the only word I think you can use to describe this game. I mean, I want to say that the boys fought so hard. I mean, the boys fought genuinely till the very last second. An unbelievable performance. You know, Varsity has always been a war, but I mean, that is the best effort I've ever seen. So I mean, every one of these players, you know, like the boys leaving, Dan Feast, Henry Booth, Christian Golden, Zach Pounder, Josh Flatt, Matt Bowen, among many others, I'm sure I am accidentally forgetting. Your contribution is not in vain. That was an absolutely unreal performance. You know, the freshers, the boys who have been injured, absolutely the physio team, everyone. It's been an unbelievable season today. And it's just not gone our way. It's not gone our way today. So close. So close. And I mean, I think these boys need to be so proud of their contribution today. Because, I mean, that was an absolute war against a team who has had a full season. We've not had a full season at all in the slightest. And we were so close. We were so close. 1 point with about 20 less games this season. And I think these boys need to make sure that their head stays high because they are warriors. There's no other word to describe it. Warriors. Obviously, we'll show a good sign of sportsmanship, but I just want these boys to acknowledge that that was an absolutely unbelievable performance against a team who realistically have the advantage. I mean, that's one of the best games of rugby I've ever commentated on personally. And, yeah.
Miles, it's been a pleasure, man.
It was an absolute pleasure to be able to commentate that game.
Thank you so much to the whole team behind Varsity today, Keys TV, Shock, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me and Miles commentate today.
Right, Miles King and Dilan Dosanjh come live from Shot Radio just at the end of the Rugby Union Varsity, 21-20 in favour of Chester. But boys, I've just got to say, unbelievable performance. Like, obviously, it's your two last games ever for the university. Unbelievable. Like, you boys made yourself proud. You both played 80 minutes. Obviously, you a bit less with the yellow, but it was an absolutely tremendous performance from both of you.
Cheers for that, Miles.
I mean, KJ, I'll start with you. Obviously, you're the captain of this team.
Yeah.
How proud are you following that performance?
I think the shift the boys put in today, you cannot knock a single person.
They've played 20 plus games this year. We've only been not in books. We've only played 5 or 6, but coming together as a team, giving them who were high in their league a great game, coming down to the wire, losing by 1 point. I can't knock a single person. Everyone from the bench making a massive impact. Our man of the match, Matt Bowen, put an absolute show on. So many people could have won man of the match. Lou McCarthy, exceptional. Will Van's off the bench, unbelievable. Will Trumper coming off the bench, unbelievable. The entire back row, there's not a single person who didn't give it their all today. I can't be proud of them, the boys.
Exactly. I mean, KJ, like you mentioned, Will Trumper, Louis McCarthy, like yourself, come back from like quite bad injuries this season. Yeah. How great was it to see, despite the fact I know your injury was like hurting you a bit, you still pushed on. It was so good to see those boys, you know, within there being sharp, playing the exact style that you've been trying to drill into these boys for the full year. How great was it to see, you know, everyone working together, working in unity? It's
great. It's been selection for this game was so hard. The fact I had to pick a 22-man squad made it very difficult. So many people could have played today. But it just shows the people who did play in that fucking shirt, in the shirt.
It's fine.
And then they wore it with pride, and they absolutely, like, no one can be faulted today. It was absolutely unbelievable.
Exactly, and I mean, if you're looking from your like aspect of potentially coming and visiting next year and watching the boys in Varsity, I mean, how proud, like, how excited are you that this team can like kick on with that influence that you have given them?
Yeah, all I've told is the first years and the second years, remember this feeling of losing Varsity. It's a horrible feeling. I experienced it 3 times, never want to feel it again. Just say, remember this feeling, and then next year, it's revenge thought. They've got to go and fix it, got to fix our right mistakes. I will be down watching that 100%.
Unbelievable, thank you. If we just pass it on to Henry. I mean, Henry, you're the chairman of the society. You're the chairman of the society. Yeah. I mean, how proud are you to see, like, not just this game today, but how the entire club has functioned? I mean, the way that everyone has come out to support everything, the atmosphere around the club, how happy it is, despite the fact it is quite a broken season, obviously, with the fact that we weren't in bucks, you were still able to keep it together. I mean, how proud are you of your personal achievement to, you know, be able to run such a successful club that's, you know, feels like a family?
Well, I think KJ said it all there, really. The fact that as few games as we played this year, to come out how we have, to have 20, 30 plus boys at training every single Monday, to turn up to socials every single Wednesday consistently, the way we built ourselves as a team this year, and I want to take no credit for that because it's not me that's done that, it's the 30, 35 boys who are coming every single week. So I think every single one of those is a credit to the uni, a credit to the society, a credit to rugby. So I couldn't be prouder of, not myself, but any single one of them.
Exactly. I mean, I think your contribution today, we spoke about on the broadcast, was absolutely tremendous today. It was like for what you could do. Obviously, you played terrifically as a number 8. Obviously, you moved around a lot today as well. And I think, along with KJ, the leadership that you boys showed on the pitch, you didn't let anyone's heads drop. You never let anyone, you know, look down on it, and we were so close. And I think that's the performance the squad will be proud of, don't you think?
Yeah, I think bar obviously my lapse of judgment late in the first half.
Happens to the best of us, though.
I think the occasion got the better of me a little bit, but bar that, I think the way that everyone, not myself, everyone adapted to change, adapted to injury today, it was phenomenal, really, and they all proved their worth as rugby players and proved why they deserve to be starting in Varsity or playing in Varsity today.
Well, realistically, you can't put, you know, that lapse of judgment and, like, you say with the occasion and everything, realistically, you can't put yourself down for that, because even when you were on the sideline, we could hear you, like, on the broadcast. You were constantly giving instruction, you were constantly keeping the team going, doing exactly what a real leader should do. So you can't put yourself down for that, because when you were on the pitch, you were a leader, when you were off the pitch, you were a leader. And I think today, boys, I just want you to go away and think, you know what, it didn't go our way, but we did ourselves absolutely, like, so proud, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you've been inspirations for, you know, myself and Dilan and other boys within the society, and I think you boys can, you know, go away and be like, you know what, we really made an impact at the club.
Cheers, boys, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
really
for your time.